All right, we're out at the home of John and Kim Hornsby. We're doing some siding for them. Nice little house out here in Encino Park. Pretty straightforward scope of work, but the video will help in just kind of clarifying exactly what and where we're doing what. So we are going back. We're doing a very conservative tear off. It's about 5 squares max that we'll be tearing off. We're going to be using a Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4. We're doing full siding everywhere, and we are doing a fascia overlay. We are going to paint the front door. We're going to paint the soffits, and we are actually, that's the front door, and the soffits is really the extent of the ancillary painting that we'll be doing. Let's see, we'll start on this kind of the left gable here. So we got some areas up here. You can kind of see that vent. We'll just have to kind of straighten that louver out a little bit, and we're going to paint the vent, the gable vent way up here. You can see it's kind of one of those vents or one of the louvers on the vent. It's kind of bent, so we'll try to straighten that out as best we can, but we're not replacing that vent. Everything above the flashing line on this side right here is good candidate for tear off. Pretty much everything below we have to pretty much tear off. It's not in good shape at all, so that'll be a tear off, and we'll put some sheathing on there, OSB 7/16, and then continue on with the project. But that's pretty much the scope on this upper gable. On the lower gable, everything's good to go. These two split sides with the chimney running in between, they're great candidate for overlay. Chimney, however, not so much. We're going to do a full tear off on the chimney. There is some capping on the chimney, and we're going to either replace, such as the case with the 1x2, or overlay like the 2x6 beneath it. We're going to repair that and then overlay that with Hardie. All corner trim will be 1x4 Hardie, and then when it's done, that chimney no longer will have any kind of leaking issues or rotting issues like it does now. So that's what we got on the left side. Again, we got a metal drip, fairly new roof. We got a metal drip and a drip edge, so we will paint that drip edge, the galvanized drip cap, to match the fascia color. We will be doing a fascia overlay everywhere. These shutters, we have 1, 2, 3 up top, 4 pair of shutters right here we're going to take off. We're going to remove and dispose the shutters. Those are going away completely. And then obviously there is siding behind them, so that siding will be part of the candidate for replacement. All the siding on the front, really, minus I think 1 or 2 areas over the garage. All the siding on the front is going to be a great candidate for overlay. So including the area under the porch. Porch ceiling, we're just painting these 2 big columns, 6x6. We are overlaying the columns, and we're going to do some trim, like some transition trim, probably a 1x4 around the top, and then maybe a little 1x6 around the bottom, just to give it some depth. They know that it's going to stick out like it is now over the patio, and they're fine with that. They decided to go with that. So we'll do that, and then just wrap the post with the cedar mill material. Wrapping all the windows, doors, all that with 1x4. We will be doing a double garage door wrap on the singles there. So we'll wrap those frames in Hardie plank. And really, where was it? Yeah, I think there's kind of a soft area right here. So a couple of areas that we have to cut out over the garage door. But other than that, the front is a great candidate for overlay. Maybe another little area, tiny little, no more than 2 spans of the siding that needs to be cut out, maybe right there. But other than that, great candidate on the front here for overlay. As we come around to the right side, excuse me. So as we come over here, again, not as bad by any means as the other side, but there are a few little places here that we're gonna have to do some either nailing or cutting out. I think most of it's nailing. It doesn't appear to be rotten, but do some nail down to make sure that that's flush, and then do our overlay on the siding. These shutters will come off too. Gable vent, this gable vent's in better shape, obviously. Gable vent and window will be wrapped in 1x4. Paint the soffit, fascia overlay. And I think I was mentioning earlier, there is a 1x2 on there, so it'll be very easy to do our overlay. We'll just butt up to the bottom of the 1x2 drip, and then again that galvanized drip cap will be painted the same color as the fascia, so it'll look a lot cleaner than it does now. This kind of the belly band, this board right here, that's going away. We'll get rid of that and just clean it up a lot by doing the nice flush siding right down to our starter strip. That's pretty basic here. We'll go around and take a look at the back and some of the chimney. Okay, so now around to the back of the house, and again, just a base 17-foot wall, basically nice and flush. These shutters will all be going away, so we'll take those off. It's going to clean it up a ton, going to that the horizontal. It's going to give it some more dimension. It's going to change the aesthetics a ton. Straightforward here, really no rot on the fascia up top, so just fascia overlay, and then basically 1x4 around all our windows and doors. We are doing 2, 3, 4. So these 4 windows we're replacing with the Don Young bronze on bronze, and then we have one window over here on the side. I believe that's the other window, the small bathroom window. There's 2 bathroom windows. Those are both obscurity glass that we're replacing, and then all these other windows here we're replacing as well. So that'll be done prior to the Hardie. Coming across here, again, we have a small vent right there, but basically a lot of this is a great candidate for overlay on the back here. They built this really nice, John built this really nice patio cover here. There's these braces, looks like, I can't remember. So these braces you can see right there, the little L brackets. John is going to remove those. We just need to do a good job of communicating to him when, obviously for obvious reasons, he doesn't want to take these off until it's about time for us to do the work. As far as this side specifically, in this area more specifically. So he'll take off all the L brackets and kind of remove this arm so we can side a flush wall back there. We're not going to duplicate this post and lintel trim. We're just going to do the standard 1x4 square corner. But John will remove these L brackets when the time comes for us to do this area. Other than that, pretty straightforward. The doors will all be retrimmed in the Hardie 1x4. There's some brick mold on there now. Probably be a lot cleaner to take that off and put on just the 1x4 when we do the work. So that might be something we can clean up for him, is take the brick mold off. You can kind of see it's kind of double stacked. You have the brick mold and then a 1x4, so we can probably take that brick mold off and put on our 1x4 and clean up that look quite a bit. Other than that, we're leaving the patio cover alone. Again, John did a really nice job with it. It's kind of hard to see up in there, up and back on the sidewall here, but you can tell it's pretty rough shape. It gets blasted by the sun, and it definitely below that flashing line on this upper gable needs to be a full tear off. You can see there's a little 1x4 that was put up there to hide some rot. So just need to get rid of all that. All the corner trim will come off and be replaced by 1x4 Hardie, and it'll look a lot cleaner than it does now. So that's the back, and then we have this area to the side where the chimney is that we took a look at. And again, both split sides of the gable, great shape, very good candidate for overlay. So that will be done. And then the chimney, again, it's hard to see with the tree, but the chimney, you can see all kinds of waves and bubbles, and it just needs to be a full tear off, no questions, to do it right. So we'll tear that off fully and resheath it, and then put our Hardie on there. And you can see the cap there with the 2x6 stacked with the 1x2. So the 1x2 we'll just do a Hardie drip, and then we can overlay the 2x6. So that's pretty much what we got. Beautiful backyard. They got some artificial grass in these areas, so let's please be careful of that. So this patch here, that patch, and that patch are all artificial grass. It's just a great backyard, so let's make sure that we do a great job of taking care of the property and their backyard. They will move. John's aware of everything that we have to move away from the house so we can do what we have to do. So he'll take care of that. And look forward to doing this project. John, Kim, thank you all so much for your time, and we look forward to doing a great job for you. Thanks so much.